So I'm here to make dinner for my family. Just one of the special dinners that I have been procrastinating on making for a while. You know those days when that means like, okay, I'll make this for my family one of these days. Then every day you're like, I'm too tired, let me just make something simpler. Well, today is the day that I have decided to finally overcome my procrastination. I want to make chicken masala with chapati, and hopefully, if time permits, and really time had better permit, I need to make a birthday cake for one of our sons who has been waiting for months for his cake, and today's that day. Yeah, I know I said months because, yeah, I'll explain as the video goes. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to mix my chapati dough and then let it rest for like 30 minutes as I start on the chicken masala. And then once that's going, make the chapatis. This is the easy part. I think for me the tough, what I think will take long is the cake. But it's gonna be fun. If you're new here, hi, my name is Suzy and we love cooking here. We love trying out new recipes and we make motherhood magical. So I'm so glad that you have taken the time to share with me. Now, the thing about making chapatis in my house lately is that I haven't managed to get fresh milled flour, which I like to use when I'm making chapatis because of course the fiber and the whole wheatness of it all is absolutely amazing. So actually for the last like 1 month, I've just been making white chapatis, which as much as they look nice and they're very yummy and all that, I still have this guilt in the back of my mind that no, I am denying my people the fiber and the goodness of a whole meal or whole wheat chapati. So I'll definitely need to talk to my mom about getting that milled for me as soon as possible, okay? In the meantime, we are making use of the white flour and it is so easy to make these chapatis, you guys. I love this recipe. I've done a detailed video about it. Making chapatis has become like a matter of minutes. Mixing the dough is a matter of minutes, and then very important is to let it rest. So as the dough is resting, I want to make this recipe that if you watch the video I did about various Kenyan rice dishes, this is how I made the chicken that I used for the chicken biryani. My kids loved that chicken so much. So that's why I've decided I'm going to use it. Use the same recipe, but just make the chicken on the side. And then now we're going to have that with chapati. We already have a bit of cabbage in the fridge, so that takes care of the vegetable side of it. But now it's everybody's favorite chicken. Everybody's favorite, like, they really loved it, and I think it's going to go very well because the sauce was nice and thick. I think it's going to go really well with chapati. Another thing I really love about this chicken masala recipe is how quick it is. Of course, as I said, it doesn't taste like a quick chicken recipe, but it is so quick. Also, I love the fact that I don't need to marinate the chicken. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but the way I cook it, you can't even tell that it wasn't marinated with everything. And then because I'm using broiler, it cooks really fast. In about 25-30 minutes, this dish is complete and done. And it's a winner every time. Feel free to put whatever spices you like, but I have found that paprika and turmeric and cumin and coriander, that combination works very well for this dish. Of course, some black pepper if you like a little bit of heat. Can't go wrong with salt and black pepper as always, but those first 4 spices go very, very well. A lot of you guys have been asking me to plug you where I bought these cooking pots. I love them so much. Now here's the thing, you guys. The shop that I bought this from specifically asked me not to plug them because unfortunately they're going out of business, so they don't have as much stock, and I don't want to send you guys to a place where you're going to be where you won't find what you want. So that was their request, because I really wanted to plug them because these pots are really good and they're pretty and everything. So if anyone knows where we can get this cast iron pot, please go right ahead and leave it down in the comment section below so that we can help each other. And when I find another place, if I find another place selling the same way, I'll definitely let you guys know. But for now, they kindly requested to not be plugged because they're shutting down operations, and yeah, so they don't want to disappoint you guys. So the chicken is almost completely ready. The only thing I've noticed is that it's a bit too watery. And this is because I did not reduce some of the liquid, because my daughter specifically requested that the soup should be a lot. So now what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to make a cornstarch slurry and just add it in so it can get the nice thickness that we want. Otherwise, this chicken is done. We just need to add the slurry and some coriander and we're good. Then I start working on the chapatis that are over there waiting for me, but that shouldn't take long. So let me get that going and then I'll put the chicken aside because I don't want it to overcook. Yes, our daughter is a real mountain girl. She wants soup. She was like, Mama, that soup was so delicious. I need more of it. Which is, again, as I said, since we're making chapati, you need as much soup as you can possibly get. And also, it needs to be thick, because I just have this vision of chopping up pieces of chapatis and putting them in my soup. My mouth waters just thinking about it. But then this is something I learned from my grandmom, though. My mom's mom. When I was really young, I saw her doing that. Like every time she'd eat chapatis, she'd cut into pieces and then she'd just mix it up. I know for some people it might sound babyish, but for me, I really love eating chapatis that way. Don't come for me. It's just so amazing and it's delicious. And then the chapo really absorbs all the soupy goodness. It's so yum. Please let me know. Am I crazy? Should I see someone for this problem? Should I talk to a therapist? I love it when my chapos come out looking like this. That is one thing I love about white chapatis. Like you can clearly see the brown patches. It looks so good. Yes, but as I said, yeah, the brown chapatis would be better than the white ones in terms of nutrition. But when it comes to looks, our kids, by the way, our kids have been very, very interested in learning how to make chapatis and basically just cook, which is nice. And we need them, as I said in my previous video, we need them to learn this skill. And it just reminds me of, I've been meaning to make a video showing you guys just like a day in the life of what we do as homeschoolers. And if you have any question as far as our homeschooling journey is concerned, please let me know so that I can address most of them in that video. But yeah, I know even non-homeschooled kids also cook, guys. I'm just saying, okay? Yeah. And this meal look absolutely delicious. So delicious. Absolutely delicious. I cannot state that. I cannot overstate that. My mouth waters. I'm making for dinner tonight the delicious Burundian beans and sweet potato stew that we had some time back, which my family absolutely loved. So what I have here, I have washed our dried beans, which I forgot to soak last night, but that's fine. They just take like an hour in the pressure cooker. And then I am going to cook them with the sweet potatoes. What I'm making this week are just food dishes that my family, especially my kids, absolutely loved. And they have told me repeatedly that they really love this Burundian dish. So let me get the pressure cooker. And then once I have this going, I am going to take care of the rest of the ingredients. I also need to make my son a birthday cake. Yes, I didn't make it the last time because the chapatis just took way too long. And then I was working at 4 a.m. the next morning. So I was like, if I start making that cake now, I mean, I had to be in bed by 9 o'clock. So I was like, okay, fine. The chapatis took forever to make, so I couldn't make the cake. So I'm thinking like, while the beans are boiling, then I can get the cake going and get it in the oven. Because, yeah, I'll have like an hour to kill, and it doesn't take that long to prepare the ingredients. So that's what I want to do. My poor son has been so patient with his mother, but good things come to those who wait. So the reason why it took me so long to make my son's birthday cake is not because I am a bad mother. It's because of the kind of cake he wants. When I asked him what kind of cake he wanted for his birthday, he said he wanted a cake with sprinkles. It took me so long to actually find a place to buy these sprinkles. And then once I got them, then we were going on holiday. So that took like 2-3 weeks of my life just preparing. So it just kept being pushed to the back burner. So the deal with our kids and their birthdays is that all our kids share a birthday month, in the sense of they are born within 30 days from 26th of July to 27th of August. So just barely a month, okay? So what they usually, before all this, before the kids are still young, while they were young, what we would do is we would have one big family party in the month of August, and then we would celebrate everybody's birthday together, which was amazing. We loved the party, our relatives and our friends. It was like, for us, for our family, like the highlight of the year. Everybody would come. It was really, really nice. But we stopped doing this about 3 years ago, and I've been hearing our family is not jazzed by the way people have been complaining what happened. But Kasongo happened. And also, we just figured maybe we should be doing it for the really like important birthday milestones, like when someone is turning 13 or something. We don't know. Maybe next year we'll have one. I don't see. So we boiled down our birthday to, we don't have a big bash, but everybody gets a cake and we celebrate and every year, apart from those really big ones where we have a bash. So that's why my job as the mother is to make everyone the cake that they want. And I think I showed you guys making a cake for our last born and for the twins, but this one is for our firstborn whose birthday was last. But as I said, the sprinkles were the problem. It was not the mother who was the problem, okay? He wanted a confetti cake, and it took me so long to actually find where to buy the sprinkles. And then on the one day, I remember we tried to pass there after church, and that lady was closed. And then we called her. She said, oh, she's on her way, she's coming. We waited for like an hour. People are tired, they want to go home and have lunch. So we gave up, we went home. It was just a lot of things, just getting the sprinkles. And I didn't want to make like my usual 10 ingredient chocolate cake. You guys know how easy that cake is. I could make it with my eyes closed, because I wanted to make for him the cake that he requested, the same way I did for the twins who wanted a strawberry cake. Our first one, our last one, I don't remember. Our last one, his birthday is normally fast, the one in July. So anyway, I was like, no, I'm not going to bake a cake that he doesn't want. So that's how this ended up being so late. You know, when I was looking for an a kitchen towel to put here, I saw this Christmas one and I decided to use it, and I cannot believe that Christmas is here with us, you guys. I mean, are you already in the Christmas mood yet? Am I the only one who hasn't gotten the bag? Because I'm like, no, it can't be Christmas. Of course, my kids are like, we need to decorate. But even them, they were wise enough to say we can't decorate in November. We decorate on 1st of December. Cannot believe how fast 1st of December is approaching. But have you started Christmasing yet? Let me know. The one thing I've started doing is to buy gifts, but for the decoration, I really don't feel like doing it this year, you guys. I never feel like doing it, but then I always end up doing it for the kids. Let me know where you are. What's the gauge of your Christmasness? The thing I love about this Burundian dish is, as I said in the other video, is how you boil the sweet potatoes and the beans together. I have pre-boiled the beans, not completely, but almost completely. And then I just put the sweet potatoes in there and they cook together. And this really makes the flavors just meld together. And then also the cooking of the tomato paste on the side, just to come and add it to the boiling beans. It's so easy, but it is just one of those dishes that your people will love. And you know, incidentally, I remember when we did this dish a few weeks ago, we just served it straight up, like just the beans and the sweet potato. It's a complete meal in itself. But part of me is thinking that maybe it should be served with something on the side. I don't know. I mean, I talked about it with our sweet help, and she was like, no. The last time you made it, you served it like that, and it was amazing. You don't need to add anything. Because I was like, maybe I should make some rice. Maybe I should do whatever. She was like, the meal is complete in itself. But I'd be curious to hear from you guys. Do you think we need to maybe add something on the side? I mean, greens, yes. Greens are obviously a must. But apart from greens, like, should we add another starch? Because already the meal is honestly quite starchy, if you ask me. But I'd be curious to hear what you guys think. When you ask your family what is their most favorite meal that you make for them, which one do they choose? Because for me, like, the third recipe I'm going to make in this video, you will see and you'll be like, oh yeah, she said so many times her kids love this recipe, because my kids will almost always ask for that one. But even in the making of this video, I was happy to see that they are sort of widening their horizons, not just getting stuck to the same meal. Honestly, if it was up to my kids, they would just have KFC every single day. Every day. They love chicken and they love potatoes especially. But I was so glad to see them just wanting to have, like, you know, beans and sweet potatoes. I was like, okay, whose children are you? It seems like you're growing. But anyway, when you serve people beans like this, who will not love them? I mean, look at this meal. It is so delicious and yet so simple. I mean, I love it. So now that the cake is ready, it's only fair that I try my best to decorate it and make it look as pretty as I can, okay? I am feeling like the pressure of time here, but because the boy has waited for enough months, I think it's just fair that I also decorate it and make it look like a real birthday cake. My helpers are not really helping me. I think they're here to help themselves. But it is fine. I always tell the kids, when you're in the kitchen, you get chef privileges, and that means you get taste things that other people are not tasting, which makes them want to be in the kitchen a lot. Which I must confess, sometimes I'm like, it's more of a hindrance than a help. Of course, I don't tell them that, because I do try to be very patient with the kids, because I want them to learn. I want them to be self-sufficient. But sometimes, you guys, let me just be honest, I'm just in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I could have finished this 10 years ago if I was by myself, okay? But anyway, I don't tell them that. I just encourage them. And yeah, I'm glad to see that they're budding chef, not shelves. And yeah, I want them to get better and better at I felt a bit disappointed with the color of sprinkles that we got, because I'm like, I've waited for these sprinkles for months. The least they could be is like super colorful, but the only ones that were available were these pastel colors, and I'm like, my goodness, they look so girlish, you know. I'm sorry, but they do. But I was like, this boy has waited long enough. Soon I'll be making Jesus' birthday cake, and now they'll be like, enough is enough. I've waited long enough. So I was like, I'll just go with these ones. But even as I'm decorating, the back of my mind, I'm thinking, it's not colorful enough, man. Should be popping. We are excited with how it looks like. The sprinkles that I put inside just completely melted. After going through all this trouble to get sprinkles, they just melted on the inside, but on the outside at least it's sprinkly. And I believe our son loved it. And this one is going to feed us for about 2 weeks. What I do is I just put it in the fridge, and then we have a little bit per day at 4 o'clock with our tea. Works out very well. Love it. Yes, today for dinner, I'm actually making roast potatoes for my people, because as I said, this is their most top, hands down, most favorite meal. They just love potatoes. My children are originally and officially from the mountains. And what I do nowadays is because to make it go faster, I put the first batch in the air fryer because it just cooks a whole lot faster. And then I put some in the oven so that the kids can be having the first batch, especially if I'm running late and I'm like, potatoes want to be eaten when they're still hot. You don't want to make them in advance and then they cool down. The thing that I did not have today is sausage. But you know what? I don't even feel bad about it. Was sausages, I'm like, I take them with a grain of salt. I love them, but not too often. So I fried an egg. Nobody complained, because the most important thing in this meal is the potatoes, not the cabbage, not the egg, just the potatoes with the ketchup on it. So yeah, this is one of my kids' most favorite meal, and if they're happy, I am happy. Of course, they put so much ketchup, they poured, the whole plate was just red. But yeah, I mean, if they're happy, I'm happy. So it's been a productive week in the kitchen for me. If you'd like to see more amazing recipes that you can cook for your family, check out this video over here, and I'll see you over there. Bye.